Welcome to the English Journey. Today, you will learn real English with Nick and Rose. In this video, you will practice listening and build your English vocabulary. You will learn how to talk about important problems in daily life. Nick and Rose are going to have a conversation about greenwashing. Have you ever seen a product in a store with the words eco-friendly or good for the planet on it? Maybe you have wondered if those words are always true. Sometimes, companies use special words to make you think something is good for the environment. But sometimes, it is not really true, and this is called greenwashing. Greenwashing means pretending to be good for the earth, but not really making a difference. In this video, you will find out what greenwashing is and why it is a problem. You will learn how to know if a product or company is really green, or just pretending. Nick will ask questions, and Rose will explain in easy English. You will hear examples, questions, answers, and useful tips for your daily life. Remember to listen carefully, repeat the sentences, and write down new words you learn. Are you ready to begin your journey and discover the real story behind green products? Let's find out together if companies are really green or just pretending. Please like, share, and subscribe for more real English videos. Now, let's start with Nick and Rose as they talk about greenwashing. Before we begin, I have a question for you. How can you tell if something is really good for the environment or just using the right words to make you believe it? Stay with us, and you will find out the answer. Nick and Rose are sitting in the living room. Nick is holding a bottle with a green label that says eco-friendly. Nick looks confused and wants to know what greenwashing means.
Rose, I see this word eco-friendly on so many things in the store.
Yes, Nick. A lot of companies like to use words like eco-friendly or green on their products.
I think it means something is good for the environment, but sometimes I am not sure.
You are right. Sometimes it really means the product is better for the earth, but sometimes it is just for marketing.
What do you mean?
Some companies want people to think their products help the environment, even if it is not true.
So, is that what greenwashing means?
Yes. Greenwashing is when a company pretends to care about the environment to make people buy their product.
Why would they do that?
Because more people want to buy things that are safe for the planet, so companies want to look good.
I understand. It is like when people tell a small lie to get something.
Yes, Nick. But this kind of lie can make it hard for us to know what is really good for the environment.
How can I know if a product is really good or just pretending?
That is a very good question.
I want to help the planet, but I do not want to be tricked.
I know. Many people feel the same way.
So, if greenwashing is pretending to be green, why is it a big problem?
That is important, Nick. We should talk about why greenwashing matters so much.
Yes, please explain more.
Okay, let's talk about why greenwashing is a problem for everyone. Nick and Rose continue their talk in the living room. Nick wants to understand why greenwashing is a problem for people and the planet.
Rose, why is greenwashing such a big problem?
Greenwashing is a problem because it makes it hard for people to trust what they see and buy.
What happens if I believe something is good for the earth, but it is not true?
When people believe a company is helping the environment, they may buy more from that company.
So, the company makes more money, even if they do not really help the earth.
Yes, and this means that real, honest companies do not get enough support from people.
That does not seem fair.
It is not fair, Nick. It also slows down real change for the planet because people cannot see what is true or false.
Does greenwashing hurt the environment?
Yes, it can. If people buy things that only look green, real problems like pollution and waste do not get better.
I never thought about that before.
Many people do not know about greenwashing, so companies can keep doing it.
I want to be careful, but it seems difficult.
That is why it is important to learn about greenwashing and share this knowledge with others.
Who usually does greenwashing, Rose? Is it only big companies?
That is a good question, Nick. Let's talk about who does greenwashing next.
Yes. I want to know who is responsible for these tricks.
Some people might be surprised when they hear the answer.
Really? I cannot wait to find out.
Nick wants to know if only big companies use greenwashing, or if others do it too.
Rose, is greenwashing only done by big companies? Or do small businesses do it as well?
That is a smart question, Nick. Both big companies and small businesses can use greenwashing.
I thought only very big companies had the money to make these fake green labels and ads.
Many big companies do use greenwashing because they want to sell more products to people who care about the earth.
Do small shops do it too?
Yes, sometimes small shops or local brands use words like natural, eco, or safe without real proof.
So, anyone who sells something can use greenwashing if they want?
Yes, Nick. Even restaurants, clothing brands, or beauty shops can say their products are green when they are not.
That makes me feel a little worried, because it is hard to know who to trust.
That is why we need to learn how to find out the truth, not just trust words or pictures.
Can a company greenwash by using certain colors or pictures on their products?
Yes, many companies use green colors, leaves, or pictures of the earth to make their products look eco-friendly.
Even if the product is not really good for the environment.
Yes, sometimes it is just for show, not for real change.
Is greenwashing more common now than before?
I think so, because more people care about the earth today, and companies want to sell to them.
When do companies use greenwashing the most?
That is a good topic, Nick. Let's talk about when greenwashing usually happens.
I am interested to learn about the times and places greenwashing is used.
Sometimes it can happen in ways you do not expect.
Really? I want to know more about that.
Nick wants to know when people should watch out for greenwashing.
Rose, when do companies usually use greenwashing tricks?
Companies use greenwashing most often when they want to sell new products or make old products look better.
Do they use it in television advertisements?
Yes, they often show greenwashing in ads on TV, the internet, or even on billboards.
I see a lot of green words on product packaging at the supermarket.
That is another commonplace, Nick. Packaging is a way for companies to show green words and images to catch your eye.
Does it happen in online shopping too?
Yes, many websites use words like eco, organic, or sustainable in big letters, even if the product is not really special.
What about in restaurants or coffee shops?
Yes, sometimes a shop will say they use eco-friendly cups or natural ingredients, but they do not always explain how.
Is greenwashing more common during special days like Earth Day or World Environment Day?
Yes, Nick. On those days, many companies try to look more green because more people are thinking about the planet.
That makes sense. Companies know that people want to help the Earth during those times.
Sometimes, greenwashing even happens when people donate to charities or buy things to support a cause.
I did not know it could happen in so many places.
Yes, greenwashing can appear anywhere, anytime companies want to look good to people who care about the earth.
How do companies actually make something look green if it is not?
That is an important question, Nick. Let's talk about the ways companies use greenwashing tricks.
I am ready to learn about the methods they use.
Some tricks are easy to see, but others are very hard to notice.
I want to find out how to spot them.
Nick wants to know what tricks to watch out for when he is shopping or watching ads.
Rose, how do companies make their products look green if they are not really good for the planet?
Companies use many tricks, Nick. One common way is using special words on labels, like natural, pure, or eco.
Sometimes I see words like safe, organic, or chemical-free. Are those greenwashing too?
Yes, they can be, especially if the company does not explain what those words mean.
What about the pictures on the box?
Pictures are important too. Companies often use green colors, leaves, trees, or even animals to make the product look good for the earth.
Does using pictures make people believe the product is safe?
Yes, many people trust pictures and colors more than they realize.
What about recycling signs or symbols on packages?
Sometimes companies use recycling signs, even if only a small part of the package is recycled or can be recycled.
I have also seen big words like 100% eco-friendly in ads.
Yes, that is another trick. If you see big promises, always look for proof or details.
Do companies tell the whole truth in their ads?
Not always, Nick. Sometimes they only talk about one small good thing, but hide the bad things.
For example, if a company uses a recycled box, but the product inside is still plastic.
That is a good example, Nick. The company wants you to notice the recycled box, not the plastic inside.
It sounds like greenwashing is really about hiding the real truth.
Yes, it is often about showing you only what they want you to see.
Are there any other tricks companies use?
Yes, sometimes they create fake symbols or awards to make the product look special.
How can I know if a product is truly green?
That is a smart question. There are some ways to check, but you have to be careful.
Can you teach me how to spot real green products?
Of course, Nick. Next, I will show you how to tell the difference between real and fake green claims.
I want to learn how to be smart when I shop.
Many people want to help the earth, but they do not know how to spot greenwashing.
I hope I can learn some easy tips.
Nick wants to know the simple steps to find out if something is really good for the environment.
Rose, how can I know if a product is truly green or just pretending to be green?
There are some easy things you can do, Nick. First, always look for real information, not just big green words or pictures.
What kind of real information should I look for?
Check for clear facts, like numbers, details, or certificates from real organizations.
If I see a label that says 100% natural, should I trust it?
Not right away. Try to find more details. If the company does not explain what natural means, it might be greenwashing.
Sometimes I see symbols or awards on products. Are those always real?
Not always, Nick. Some companies make their own symbols, but real green products have certificates from well-known groups.
Can I check online if a product or company is really green?
Yes, that is a smart idea. You can look for reviews, news stories, or reports from trusted websites.
What if I cannot find any information?
If you cannot find any clear proof, it is better to be careful and not trust the green claim.
I think asking questions is important too.
Yes, Nick. You can ask the company or the store workers for more information.
What if they do not want to answer my questions?
If a company does not answer or cannot explain, it may be hiding something.
I want to be careful, but sometimes it is hard to know what is real.
That is true, Nick, but every time you learn more, you get better at spotting greenwashing.
Can you give me some real examples of greenwashing so I can see how it works in real life?
Yes, I have some easy examples that will help you understand.
I am excited to learn about real greenwashing examples.
You will see that greenwashing happens more often than you think.
Let's look at the examples together.
Nick wants to understand what greenwashing looks like in daily life.
Rose, can you tell me about some real examples of greenwashing?
Yes, Nick. For example, some water bottle brands say their bottles are eco-friendly because they can be recycled.
But isn't almost every plastic bottle recyclable?
That is true. But the company uses the words eco-friendly to make people feel good, even though it is just a normal bottle.
I have seen clothing stores say made with organic cotton, but then the rest of the shirt is not organic.
Yes, sometimes only a small part of the product is truly eco-friendly, but the company talks about it as if the whole thing is green.
I saw an ad for a big car company that says they plant a tree for every car they sell.
That sounds good. But if the cars are still polluting, planting one tree does not fix the real problem.
What about cleaning products that say natural on the bottle?
Some cleaning products use words like natural or green, but they still have dangerous chemicals inside.
So, greenwashing is often about saying one good thing and hiding the bad things.
Yes, Nick. That is why it is important to look at the whole picture, not just one detail.
I remember a fast food shop that said their cups were biodegradable, but they still used a lot of plastic for everything else.
That is another good example. Companies sometimes make a big deal about one small change, but do not talk about the bigger problems.
I see now that greenwashing can be very tricky.
Yes, and it can make people think they are helping the earth when they are not.
Does greenwashing really affect us and our choices?
Yes, it does. It can change how we shop, what we buy, and even what we believe.
I want to understand how greenwashing affects my life and my family.
Let's talk about how greenwashing can touch your everyday life and choices.
I am ready to learn more.
Nick and Rose are now talking about how greenwashing affects real people in daily life. Nick wants to know why this problem matters to him and his family.
Rose, does greenwashing really affect people like me?
Yes, Nick. It affects everyone who buys things or wants to help the planet.
How does it change the way we shop?
When we believe greenwashing, we may buy products that are not really good for the earth.
So, we spend our money on things that do not help the environment.
Yes, and that can make us feel like we are making a difference, even when we are not.
That sounds unfair.
It is, Nick. It also means that real green companies do not get enough support from people.
How does greenwashing affect families?
Families might choose foods, clothes, or home products that seem safe, but are not truly better for health or nature.
Does it hurt children or the next generation?
Yes, if people keep buying greenwashed products, real environmental problems like pollution do not get better for the future.
Can greenwashing make people trust companies less?
Yes, when people learn about greenwashing, they may stop trusting what companies say in their ads.
I feel disappointed when I learn something is not as good as I thought.
Many people feel that way, Nick. It is important to ask questions and not believe every green word we see.
What if everyone stops believing in green words?
That could make companies try harder to be honest and really make good changes.
So, learning about greenwashing can help us make smarter choices?
Yes, when you know the truth, you can choose products that really help the planet.
What can we do to avoid greenwashing and help others too?
That is a very good question, Nick. Let's talk about what we can do next.
I want to know how I can make a real difference.
You will see that even small actions can help stop greenwashing.
I am ready to learn the steps we can take.
Nick and Rose want to find real ways to avoid greenwashing and help the planet. Nick is ready to take action and share ideas with Rose.
Rose, what can I do to avoid greenwashing when I shop?
There are many things you can do, Nick. First, you can always ask for more information when you see green words or pictures.
I will remember to look for clear facts and real proof, not just big words.
That is a great idea. You can also learn about real green certificates or trusted labels.
Are there special websites or groups that can help?
Yes, there are many good websites that check if products or companies are really green. You can also join groups that share tips about eco-friendly shopping.
I can talk to my friends and family about greenwashing too.
Yes, sharing what you learn helps others make better choices.
If I see a company using greenwashing, can I say something?
Yes, you can write a message to the company or post a review to let others know.
I will try to buy less and choose better products when I can.
That is very important, Nick. Buying less, reusing things, and choosing real green products all help the planet.
What if a product seems green, but I am not sure?
If you are not sure, it is okay to wait, ask more questions, or choose something else.
I want to remember these steps and use them every time I shop.
Good, Nick. Every small action makes a difference, and together people can stop greenwashing.
Do you think things will get better in the future?
That is a very good question. Let's talk about what might happen next and how the world could change.
I hope there is a better future for the planet and for people.
The future can be bright if we all learn and work together.
I am excited to hear your thoughts about the future.
Nick and Rose are thinking about what might happen in the future if more people learn about greenwashing. They both hope for real change and a healthier planet for everyone.
Rose, do you think greenwashing will stop one day?
I hope so, Nick. If more people learn about greenwashing, companies will need to be more honest.
What can help make companies change their ways?
If people ask questions, choose real green products, and talk about greenwashing, companies will know they must do better.
Can schools teach children about these problems too?
Yes, teaching children about the environment and greenwashing is very important for the future.
I think social media can help too, by sharing stories and information.
That is right, Nick. When people share true stories online, it helps others learn quickly.
Will new laws or rules help stop greenwashing?
Yes, governments can make rules to protect people and the earth from fake green claims.
What can each person do every day to help?
Every day, we can choose to learn more, share what we know, and make smart choices when we shop.
Even small actions can make a big difference.
Yes, Nick. Many small actions together can change the world.
I feel more hopeful about the future now.
Me too, Nick. The more we learn and help each other, the better things can be.
Are you ready to keep learning and helping the earth?
Yes, I am. And I hope everyone watching is ready too.
Thank you for teaching me so much, Rose.
You are welcome, Nick. It is good to ask questions and try to make the world a better place.
I want to share what I learned with my friends and family.
That is the best way to help the earth and stop greenwashing together. Nick and Rose have finished their long and interesting conversation about greenwashing. You have learned how to listen to real English and talk about important topics for daily life. Let's review what you learned together. Today, you discovered what greenwashing is and why it is a problem for people and the planet. You learned how to spot greenwashing tricks and ask smart questions when you shop. You saw real examples of greenwashing, and you now know what you can do to avoid it. Nick and Rose also talked about hope for the future and how everyone can make a difference with small actions. Remember, learning English is easier when you practice every day and use real conversations like this one. If you want to remember new words, try listening again and saying the sentences out loud. You can write new words in your notebook and share them with friends. Are you ready to practice more and become confident with your English? We hope you enjoyed this lesson and learned something useful. Please like, share, and subscribe to the English Journey for more real English videos. Watch this video again to review, and try using these new words in your own conversations. Thank you for joining Nick and Rose today. See you in the next lesson.